Anime. A hobby, a calling, a way of life. It's not just a simple pastime activity, it is escapism in its possibly strongest form. And just like every other type of modern media, offers a vast variety of genres, themes, and plenty different ways of how to consume it. Especially the anime watcher is interesting, because even in direct comparison to books, movies, or video games, they can be an often pretty unusual individual. That's why today we are looking over some of the different types of anime watcher and see in which of the following categories you might find a little of yourself in. Without further ado, let's start. Watching mostly comedy, slice of life, and easygoing romance shows where every little hint of drama gets hit with a stop, skip, play combo, the mood watchers know exactly what they want at any given time. Which is easy, because it's often the same show, just with different characters. But it's not like the mood watcher doesn't want to check out something else. They are just waiting for the right time. And that's exactly why they still have dozens of highly rated anime from 15 years ago on their fucking planned watch list. But the positive side is, they can still experience them for the first time, if they ever get into the mood for it. If the story is bland, the reviews are bad, and overall, the anime is the definition of being mid. But there's still something that draws you to it, and that something is this, or that, or them. The waifu/husbando seeker is honestly in the best possible position, because they can enjoy almost everything as long as there's at least one character that's worth worshipping. And if, after bookmarking approximately 100 different fanarts of a character they don't even know yet, the show in question then turns out to also be an actual banger, they win big time. But there's one major drawback, and that is a close to mental breakdown debuff whenever someone criticizes their favorite character for subjectively wrong reasons. I guess in the end, it's just balanced. As all things should be. Whenever there is a large group of people talking about the newest, hottest shit, they are not far. The mainstream watcher only catches shows that gain the most traction and is completely happy with that. When it comes to the different types of anime watchers, they are the definition of work smart, not hard. Because while others do the work of screening every new anime season, watch the first few episodes of 30 plus shows, dropping the majority of them and then only talk about the handful good stuff, the mainstream watcher leans back and waits. Yeah, they miss out on all the hidden gems, but also don't really care about it that much. And if we're being honest, they are probably happier than the rest of us. And for that, we hate them. But who do we hate more than happy people? People who are just plain stupid. In this case, hate watcher. Those, let's call them individuals, choose to be annoying just for the sake of being annoying. They find pleasure in a show's shortcomings, and even more in being weirdly vocal about them. But you gotta give them some credit, because even though the hate watcher is committed to talk shit about a show they don't like, they at least keep watching. You might wonder how such a waste of time makes any sense. Well, for the hate watcher, it isn't a waste of time, but more so the inability to find another, more fulfilling source of entertainment. Which is kinda sad if you think about it. But then again, Twitter and Reddit wouldn't be the same without them. So, you guys might be hated, but not yet forsaken. There are those that only watch something to hate on it, and then there are others who don't really watch anything at all. The non-anime watcher talks about anime, but doesn't really know what they're actually talking about. It's not that their watch count is 0, because they most likely have seen Spirited Away or Mononoke Hime. But when it comes to sitting down and watching 12 to 24 episodes of anime, or sometimes slightly more, they are the ones you really shouldn't see talking about those shows. Well, here's the problem. They still do it. But you know, successfully pretending to know shit about something you have absolutely no clue about without others figuring it out is a skill that not everyone has. And it shows. Not saying the interest in anime is all fake, but wouldn't it be nicer to actually experience it? Think about it. What is your favorite type of anime? For me personally, this question isn't that easy to answer, and maybe it's the same for you as well. But not for the committed shonen enjoyer, and commitment is the keyword, because they literally don't watch anything else. If there's at least a decent power system and well-executed fights, they'll have a good time. And you know what? That's completely fine. As long as they don't turn into a power scaler, because on the scale of likable anime fans, that immediately puts them even below the hate watcher. Other than that, those guys are masters of their field, not always with the best tasting characters, but no one's perfect. Speaking of perfect, there's a pretty high chance that an anime you're looking forward to isn't exactly that. But that doesn't stop a certain type of anime watcher from doing their thing. The manga detective, as the name suggests, primarily reads manga. But if there's an anime adaptation of something they've enjoyed reading, they will watch it, overanalyze every single detail, and then either completely destroy the show and tell everyone about how much better the manga is, log off and contemplate their life for a few hours, or, on very rare occasions, praise the anime for perfectly adapting its source material and feel like they've just won the biggest gamble in history, even though they went in with less than zero expectations. They will also occasionally spoil you in the Crunchyroll comment section, so be aware. Every good list on the internet needs some kind of mystery, and the existence of the following type of anime watcher is something your normal anime fan's brain might find a little hard to understand. Because where a lot of us are sometimes very in your face about our love and hate for the 2D and sometimes 3D, the closet weeb stays an enigma. They don't need to talk about their favorite anime because they're content with their own opinion not being validated by random strangers every day. Which doesn't mean that they don't want to have a conversation. The problem is rather that people on the internet are idiots and real-life friends, if existent, have different hobbies. Especially with quite a few people online being as illiterate as a pufferfish, I have a vague picture in my head of how it might look from the outside. But don't worry about that, fellow anime fan. You'll get used to it and find your mutuals eventually. Trust me. The line between GigaChat and a failed attempt of a person trying to convert their weird friend into an anime fan is very slim here. Shoujo bros are either completely chill and fun to be around, or the biggest cringe lords on this planet. You might also experience some difficulties when trying to talk to one about your favorite shows, because some of them only have opinions about Shoujo Part 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Part 1, only a handful of them actually watched, but you can be certain that they still are able to quote every meme in it. Shoujo bros are dedicated though, and for that they should get some respect. And maybe a little help. For the next one, help comes a little too late, I fear. The trash enjoyer has an interesting taste and will do everything in their power to make even the worst show look somewhat watchable. They possess an abundance of cursed knowledge and got even weirder recommendations. But every once in a while, they will be right about calling a controversial show a masterpiece. Whether people will listen or not is another topic. But no matter what happens, the trash enjoyer stays true to their ideals. Because in the end, it's called garbage can, not garbage can't. There are roughly 50 to 60 new anime coming out every season, and there's one person that watches as many of them as possible. The seasonal veteran is someone that has no life, or too much of it. However you wanna look at it. They are very passionate about their hobby and love being able to tell people around them which of the most recent shows are actually worth watching. Some of them might even start making content out of it, so that a bunch of chronically online weeps can praise them for having binge-watched 50 hours of Japanese cartoons in a week. Which means that your favorite anituber might fall into that category. Couldn't be me though, because my upload schedule is as fragmentary as my resume. But thank you for being here anyway. The big problem the seasonal veteran is facing is the fact that they can't keep up working through the enormous pile of older shows that are sitting on their plan to watch list since the past 5 to 10 years. Because watching seasonal anime takes time, and complaining about not having enough time takes time too. And it also takes time editing this video, so I'll make a cut here and leave you with one simple question that's totally not for only generating interaction in the comment section. Have you found yourself on this list? Are you a combination of 2 or more? Or are you a completely different type that wasn't in this video? Let me know your answer down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you activate the bell, you will probably get late this week, so might give it a try. As always, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, peace.